Oh, we are live with plant-based in the burbs. Plant-based in the burbs. Boop, boop, boop.
Plant-based in the Burbs, plant-based in the Burbs. What's happening, Paige?
Hey, Sherri. I'm so excited that we're here joining each other in the kitchen. I've got some beautiful broccoli sprouts. And did you know that these are incredible to help you stave off any cancers? It's been proven scientifically.
Wow, that's pretty. I like it. I mean, do you sit it on your counter in the house? Is that how it works?
Well, yes, in the windowsill, and then I water it, but it's in soil, and then you put the sprouts in. But I have to tell you, I did not grow these, but I have somebody who's so amazing, Dr. Sherri Padluri, and her son have been creating and growing these. She's from India. They're making just a splash with the beautiful sprouts.
I love that. I would love to have that on a sandwich for sure.
Yeah.
I have these beautiful button mushrooms, and I can't wait to cook them. So if you want, we can get started.
Let's do it. Now, hey, Charlie's watching and Jennifer's watching. Hi, you guys.
Hi, everyone.
I'm making a never before created, but I absolutely love French onion soup.
Wow.
I know, a French onion soup. It might be a big undertaking, but we're going for it. We're going to go for it. Very easy, breezy, simple. What about you? What are you making?
Well, you know what? I found this recipe, and it's like a teriyaki mushroom. Normally, the recipe calls for portobellos, but all I had was buttons. So we're going to do buttons today. You have to improvise with what you have, especially if you don't want to go to the grocery store. So I'm going to use these. And then I made the recipe my own. So we're going to do the teriyaki mushrooms. I'm going to add some onions and teriyaki those with some sesame seed oil and some broccoli on the side. And we're going to put all that on top of some mashed potatoes. My favorite. So anyway, so it's going to be one of those nice, wholesome, full, make me go to sleep type of meals, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start these mushrooms. Oh, but let me tell you what I did do first. I know a lot of people are concerned about how to clean the mushrooms. Normally what I do is you could take a cloth, a damp cloth or a paper towel, damp paper towel, and you just wipe them because you don't want to get your mushrooms oversaturated in water because they already have that in them when they cook. So that's what I do to mine. So, and that's what I've looked on the internet to find out how to clean your mushrooms. Just a little tip. Okay?
Oh, that's a great tip. So I'm going to show everybody how I cut up. I already have my garlic in the pot. So you want to get some fresh garlic, 1 whole clove, 3 of these, and then you're going to do 1.5 of the sweet white mushrooms. You're going to go ahead and make these into big, huge ringlets like this, halfies. And you're going to put it into the pot. I have water at the bottom of my pot because I do, we do our best to go whole foods, plant-based as much as we can. But sometimes we do add it in. We're not 100% there. But anyway, so that's what you're going to do first. You're going to put it in the pot with the oil. I'm going to go over here. You got something going on. I'm going to
go ahead and show them what I'm doing while you're doing it. All right. Okay, so what I did was I used a little small convection oven on my countertop. It's just easy for me to use. So I laid out the mushrooms on a baking sheet. I always put foil because I just don't want to do all that scrubbing and I want to just kind of keep the pan nice. And then I put some parchment paper on top of that. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to take some pure sesame seed oil and we're just going to put it over the top. That's basically it. You don't have to add any other seasoning. Mushrooms are very flavorful. Anyway, we could add a little garlic, but that's coming up later because there's a special sauce that I'm going to be making to put on this almost at the end of the cooking where we're going to add the broccoli. And I am going to put the onions on in a few minutes. So I'm going to chop up a few onions so I can show you that. I'm waiting for my convection oven to warm up. So I'm just going to slice these onions. This onion, no particular way. I mean, like I said, this is a recipe that I'm just making up on my own. And that's usually what happens once you try someone's recipe. You want to make it your own and add different little things to it to give it more flavor or to give it what you want for your taste buds. So I'm just going to leave these in ringlets. I'm going to put them over the top of my mushrooms. like this. I'm just gonna open them up. You know, I just kind of ad lib a little bit because that's what cooking's like. You know, you just want to experiment. So I did that, and then I'm going to take my sesame seed oil again. Hi, Renee. And I'm just going to drizzle that over there too because I want the onions to have a little bit of that flavor. I love the sesame seed flavor, so it's so delicious. And we're just going to kind of mix them up a little bit. I know I'm a hand user, guys. I did wash my hands, so you just so you know. And we can just go ahead and mix it all up. Make sure everything is pretty much covered with the sesame seed oil because that is so delicious. It adds such good flavor. And I'm just waiting for my little oven to give me a little signal to say that I can go ahead and it's warmed up to put the mushrooms in. So we went on and did that. So while that's sitting and marinating a little bit, I'll add just a tiny bit more because I love this stuff. Just a little bit, not too much. All right, so I'm preheating here, so I just want to show you this. I love this little convection oven I have. I mean, I do all my baking here. It's just easy, it's handy. I think it's Breve. Everyone says it differently. But anyway, I really do love this. It has been a really great investment. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pop these in just a little early because I want to get them started. And then I'm going to show you how we make the sauce. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those in. Just make sure I got it's on bake. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you my little pot. And then eventually I'm going to have to leave you and go over to my stove. But I just wanted to show you what the sauce is made of. So we have a tablespoon of brown sugar in the pot. And I have to get my little cheat sheet here. So, and this is another thing we're going to use. It's called white miso. I don't know if people are familiar with this. This is my second time using it. I bought it because I know it's something that you need in your kitchen, especially if you're doing plant-based or vegan cooking. The miso adds so much flavor to your dishes. So this is something that lasts pretty good. So I'm going to, let me show you what it looks like. It's interesting. So there it is right there. That's the miso paste. So miso paste we need to have, let me do my cheat, 1 tablespoon of white miso. So I'm going to take 1 tablespoon, put it right into my pot here. Let's see, we might need a little help here. Help on my.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, what you got there?
I'm showing everybody my onions are cooking up in the pot at the bottom of the pot for my French onion soup. So I put salt and pepper in there, everybody, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of real salt from the Utah salt mountains where they come from. More pure. You don't want to do iodized because that means it's gone through a process. It's not healthy for our bodies. Hard to digest that iodized. But anyway, so it's looking good. It's sizzling up in there. Tons. Just a whole onion and a half.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then remember this French onion soup. I can't wait. Oh, I can taste it now. And I'm going to be adding some veggie broth to this. Okay. That's what's next.
Wow.
And, Sherri, I'm going to let you go back to full screen.
Okay. All right, sure. Okay, so when I add, excuse me, you guys, I do have animals in the house, so they like to talk when I'm talking, when they shouldn't, but that's okay. That's why we have them. Okay, so in the dish here, I've already put some rice vinegar. Let me see if you can see that. Turn it back this way. So I have some rice vinegar. I put 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. I use the liquid amino acids. This is also another staple in your kitchen, especially if you're doing any type of vegan cooking, or even if you just want to have something that's low in sodium. It acts as your substitute for soy sauce. So I use this as a soy sauce alternative. Okay, and then I'm cheating today because I didn't really want to cut up a whole bunch of stuff. I know, that's awful. But, so I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use the minced garlic. Okay, so a half a teaspoon makes 1 clove of garlic. The recipe calls for 2. I love garlic, so I'm going to put a little bit extra in there. Okay. So in here we have soy sauce, rice vinegar, we have miso, we have brown sugar, and I think I'm missing something in here. Okay, so let's stir this up. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it on the on the stove and let it cook up a little bit. I'm going to give it back to Paige so she can show you what's happening with her amazing French onion soup.
All right. This is an exploration and a journey in the kitchen. I'm so excited. Okay, so I have the onions going on. I wanted to say I'm going to be adding some thyme. It says, go ahead and use a sprig, but what the heck? This is what I got. So I'm going to put that in there. And it also calls for balsamic vinegar. Okay. I'm going to add some coconut aminos because I love coconut aminos. Why not? And it calls for a vinegar. It also calls for red wine, but I don't have any of that in the house. And I'm going to use my rice vinegar because it was in a plastic, so I took it out and I put it in this. So I'm going to do these in there. Kind of adds that little bit of a tart flavor, I think, to it.
I'm going to disappear, Paige, so I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, I also want to show that I'm going to make these crostinis for the top out of my baguette, right? So I'm going to do my baguette. I'm going to put some Miyoko's butter on top. You'll see that in just a minute. And let's see, we're going to do a little solo here for me. So yeah, I'm going to put the Miyoko's butter and a little bit of garlic spread. Oh, are you all familiar with this garlic spread? So there's, this is a good one. There's others. You just want to make sure there is no dairy or there is no, which dairy, like with cheese either. So you want to make sure that you're using a 100% plant-based vegan spread if you do buy the spread, but you can flip it. One of the things that is a tip is you flip it over to the ingredients and they have to list the ingredients people are allergic to. So back in here, you'll see nutrition and then you'll see ingredients and you go right to it and you can see there is no eggs or dairy, right? Or no other products like casein, which comes from milk, comes from mother cow milk. Or like gelatin. Sometimes they sneak that in, which is ground up animal hoofs. So we don't want to do that. All right. Well, Sherri's back. I'm going to add her in because I'm going to go grab my pot. I can show you what's happening with my pot. Sherri.
Hey, so I have the sauce cooking on the stove.
Yes.
Earlier, I went on and I did the mashed potatoes. So I cut the mashed potatoes up really small so that I can get them done quickly. And what I do with my mashed potatoes, I need to get the butter out because I didn't want to keep it out so it won't melt. So I'm going to grab that real quick.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I just want to show everybody, you really want to make sure they're translucent. So they're real, soft.
Yeah,
that's all the flavors coming into you can see I got a little something going on the bottom of the pan. That's fine. I'm going to add in my veggie broth. Okay, 6 cups. All right.
That's great caramelization though on the bottom of the pan. That's going to add that extra flavor in your onion soup. So that's fantastic. You gotta have that, right? Okay, so look, I experiment with all plant-based butters. And so I happen to have the Earth Balance stick, which I do like these. My all-time favorite plant-based butter is Miyoko's. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the Earth Balance, and I'm putting this whole baby right on in there. So we're gonna take it off, throw it right in there.
Is that for the potatoes?
That was for my potatoes.
Oh, I know, right? Oh yeah. So this has, this is veggie broth. This is the fat-free. I just want to show everybody.
That's right. Go ahead.
You want to make sure you're getting a full veggie broth, not like a vegetarian broth, because even that might have some cheese in it. It's broth, but some people think, oh, it's vegetarian, that's probably fine. But check, double check, check. Double
check, triple check. Hi, Trina.
Back to you. You get the soda.
I'm just gonna let this butter break down. I'm just gonna chop it up a little bit so it can get really melty. Because it's best to mix while the potatoes are hot, so that way it can melt the cheese and all that. So my favorite product, again, besides this one, is Follow Your Heart. This is the Miyoko's farm cheddar, so I'm going to add that to the potatoes. Ooh, it's going to be so good. I'm going to add that. And then another one that I totally fell in love with is the pepper jack. So she has a pepper jack. So I'm going to throw that, or not throw it in, but I'm going to add that into my potatoes. Okay. So we're going to give it a good stir. It's just going to give it some more flavor, some more into it. And once everything melts and blends together, then I'm going to add my seasoning, which will be salt and pepper. So I use that's what my sea salt. Where is it? Well, anyway, we'll go with my garlic powder. I put that in my potatoes. Got to have this flavor. I put onion powder. Put some sea salt. So I'm just going to grab a little bit. I don't want to put too much because you really need to salt to taste, you know. And I'm going to stir it all up. And this is so simple because the potatoes are soft enough that it kind of gives you that rustic potato. So you have a little bit of chunks of potato in there, which is really yummy. You know, you can kind of chew on those a little bit. I'm going to also add some pepper. And that should be it for the potatoes. You need to unmute, Paige.
As I was saying. Okay, so nutritional yeast is your best friend, one of your best friends in the kitchen. So this is going to go straight into my yummy, yummy onions with the garlic, with the veggie broth. We're going to add this in. And I mean, we're pretty much close to being complete. Yeah. Then what we do is we take the soup out and we put it in this cute soup tureen, which you'll see, coat it with the cheese on top and bake it. Bake it. So, but if you missed what I put some seasonings. You know what I realized is that a lot of the French onion soup is made with beef, right? So it's got that beefy flavoring. Right. Well, the balsamic, the coconut aminos, the rice vinegar is all going to give you that flavor that you're not going to miss at all because you're going to have the flavors. And, you know, we really don't want to eat animals, frankly. I mean, most people, if they really realize it at this point, we want the flavor, we want the texture. So just saying, think about that, y'all. Think about that. And we're so happy you're joining us here on Plant-Based in the Burbs. You know what, Sherri? I'm just going to take a little moment here and say, you know, when we came up with this concept, we just wanted to invite people into the kitchen. And we wanted to just show them some basics. We're experts in our lives. You're an expert in your life out there. Yeah. And you're transitioning. You're trying to figure out how to maybe do a meatless Monday day, or you're all in, or you're flexitarian, or wherever you're at. We invite you in safely. We say, hey, we've been there 5 years ago, both of us. Yes. And more of our life was eating animals and their byproducts than not. So we're here to share with you, give you some tips. And we've read some books, and we have some great recipe books and things. And we both follow social media influencers or people who are doing this. Mm-hmm. So we're just excited. We give our family plant-based foods. You know, our husbands, my daughter's 100% vegan. Your boys are strong and creative. Nothing limited. We're talking full lives. Sure, Tina, exactly. It's all in the
seasoning. You're so right about that, girl.
Okay, Sherri, back to you.
Okay, real quick, I'm just going to the button mushrooms cook pretty fast. You know, the portobello's a little more meatier and they have a lot more water in them. So I'm just going to show you what the mushrooms look like. And what I did, of course, I'm doing a cheat today. So I took some frozen broccoli, rinsed it off. I'm going to add this to our dish because we want to have some of this nice vegetables in here. And then since it's frozen, it's not going to really take that long. We got about another 10 minutes or so of cooking if we can. So I'm going to lay those there. Now the sauce. I made the sauce. It's kind of thick. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a little thick, which is wonderful. And I left my spatula over there. So bear with me. We're going to get it real quick. So I'm just going to stir up the sauce, and then I'm just going to drizzle it over what we're making here. So let's take that. This pot's a little hot, so bear with me. We're just going to drizzle that over, make sure everything is mixed into the sauce. And then I'm going to put it back into the oven for another 10 minutes so that we can cook the broccoli. So should be good. And this is going to be, I can't wait to taste this. It's going to be amazing.
Tell us what's in that sauce again.
Okay, so in the sauce, I'm going to add a little more oil. In the sauce is rice vinegar, miso paste, white miso paste, aminos for soy sauce, rice vinegar, brown sugar. I don't have that in front of me. Garlic. We have garlic and brown sugar. Ginger, which I forgot to mention. I scraped off some ginger and put that also, some fresh ginger, put it in there.
Oh, yeah.
So it still has like a taste of more of a like a Asian flair.
Yeah.
But I changed it. Instead of putting over rice, I want to put it over potatoes, and I added onions because I wanted to have the onions. I think the onions would taste amazing in that flavor. And they look beautiful over the potatoes. Ooh, bread, love it.
Okay, now, so, you can do these in small crouton styles and put it in. I'm doing large pieces that I'm going to put the Miyoko's butter on top.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna put a little bit of my garlic spread on there and throw it into the broiler, get it crisped up along with the soup, which I'm going to show you shortly, that I'm going to put into my soup tureen, cover it with cheese. It's going to be so dang good. Oh my God.
I can't wait to have that. That's one of my husband's. You're going to have to share that recipe with me because that is one of my husband's favorite soup.
Me too.
And since we've been plant-based, we really haven't been able to have that, because it does have animal product in it. But
wait, there is a place you can go.
Where?
Seabirds.
I've been there before.
They have it. Last I checked. So check with some of these places. Sometimes they do it. You can find it.
Since you mentioned that, Paige,
yeah.
I really would love for the community or people out there to be supportive of some of the vegan restaurants that are out there. Since now we're at a different stage here in Los Angeles, it would be great to do some call-in orders, pick up some food, especially when you don't feel like cooking. It's best to try to support them. It would be fantastic, so we can keep them open, right?
100%. I know that we're all cooking more at home, which is so important, but you're right, because we do want to keep these restaurants open. Absolutely, 100%. And that was upside down, so I'm using it. Okay, so we're going to spread. You can see we're down. Sometimes I'm telling you, I just love a little dab. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, my God. You know what?
Oh, my God.
That's so great. I have to keep bread out of my house because I have toasted. I'm going to toast it. I'm going to put the Miyoko's butter over the top of it, and I am good to go.
Yeah, no, good to go. Exactly. And I think what I'm going
these gorgeous pieces. I mean, this is a treat. This is a treat. Now, I don't know anybody else out there. I have both my college kids home now. It is that time that they're home right now. So we're doing, a lot more meals with the four of us,
Yeah, that's great though.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Are you kidding? So I'm getting more creative. I'm spending more time in the kitchen, and we are ordering out, but it's more expensive with 4 than 2. Of course.
Tell me about it. Yes, tell me about it.
But if I can, make sure that we're all eating 100% plant-based, because we have, plant-based friendly people in the house too. So
yes, exactly.
We're going to do these with a little of the garlic spread. Now, I did show everybody this garlic spread. It is awesome.
I have to find that. Where do I find it?
This you can get at Trader Joe's, but I've seen other garlic spreads elsewhere. Okay. So I'm telling people to make sure it doesn't have any animal products in it.
Usually when I need to do garlic bread, I just make my own.
Well,
I just take the Miyoko's butter, put some garlic powder, onion powder in it, maybe a little bit of minced garlic in it, stir it all up, spread it on the bread, and bam, there you go. Sprinkle a little bit of nooch on the top. You got some garlic cheesy bread.
I'm going to put the nooch.
Yeah. So that when you showed me your nooch, I said, "Oh my God, I forgot that also went into my mashed potatoes." So nooch also went into the mashed potatoes because it has really great flavoring. It has a lot of nutritional value. It's the vitamin B, which is really good. And talking about vitamins, I was mentioning to Paige earlier that my husband and I had found out that we were very low in vitamin D. And so that was a concern because I guess maybe we're working more so in the house instead of outside. So you want to make sure that you check your levels if you start to feel any type of major aches and pains, because low vitamin D will cause fatigue, joint pain, muscle pain. So make sure you do know your numbers for that. I know a lot of people are concerned about when you're plant-based that you have low vitamin B, but I know we've been eating a lot of food. The Nooch has that vitamin B in it, so we didn't have a problem with that. So eat a variety of the rainbow, and that hopefully should help you with that. Go ahead, Paige.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I get to put the soup in here. Okay, now.
Okay, in the bowl, okay?
I'm going to move us this way nice and slowly so we don't have any major transitions. We're just going to.
Please, let's don't do that.
Over. All right, that's good. That's pretty smart. Look at.
Let me see.
It's close. It's so beautiful. It looks so good. I mean, it looks gross, but
look at me. I'm trying to look down into the pot.
Okay, hold on. I'm so excited. It smells like, I mean, really, it does.
It smells like heaven up in there.
So now we're going to do like this. I'm going to bring it close so you can see it's hot and yummy and boiling.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
To cover it with plant-based cheese. Oh, all on top, and then broil it.
Oh, that sounds good. And with some bread. Oh my God. Okay, so while you're doing that,
I'm
just gonna check. You can keep doing. I'm just gonna check on my mushrooms. So you can. Hey, we can keep chit chatting. I just want to make sure everything is cooking up in here.
Okay. So I just wanted to say that I went to a celebration for Physicians Committee, which is traditionally called Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And they have a 35-year celebration. So look how hot this looks, right? We're gonna feel
great.
Yeah, and they are just so amazing. You know, Dr. Neil Bernard, who wrote the book, The Cheese Trap.
Yes, I have that. Yes.
We both are huge fans of that book. He's in a band. He's a musician. Yes. And he was rocking it. They showed a video. It was so fun to see him. I know.
That's funny.
Or bass, one of those, Yeah. But anyway, that was really fun to see. And they've done so many great initiatives. In fact, they're bringing about plant-based meals in hospitals. Has to be.
Yeah, Charlie and I just read about that, and that is amazing because
Charlie works in hospitals.
Yeah, the last time he was in the hospital and they needed to bring him some food, it was scarce, because everything had butter on it. You couldn't eat the vegetables. You couldn't, and people are so not aware of just those little tweaks on your food.
Yes,
animal products. They're not aware of it.
So. Yay, PCRM. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
I also went to the celebration for Factory Farming Awareness Coalition, and they have a leaflet that I've been handing out. It says basically diet change for climate change.
Oh, I love that.
They have done amazing work too. Beautiful videos that they have out. And a shout out to Earthling Ed because he came on and spoke.
I met him at the Veggie Fest. I think it was a couple of years ago. Just so humble and just lovely. He's just a lovely guy.
Let me just tell you, his videos, though, not only does he have his own video, shout out to Earthling Ed, he has his own videos, but now he's got a media company called Surge Media, and they're creating this content that just nails it. He actually came back with a rebuttal about Kiss the Ground, which see the film, everybody, because what's so important is that we do get back to soil health, show farmers, because farmers who aren't even in the tent are not even thinking about it. So a lot of them get paid by the government still, and they just produce and they don't care that there's pesticides. They don't care that there's herbicides that are wreaking havoc on our climate. So we need them to care about the soil. And then we also, the most important thing is organic soil and farming and growing and gardening, and also just the whole urban gardening and ITEF, DJ Kavem, Oh my gosh, he's selling these packets of seeds. It was featured in People magazine. Natalie Portman said, go get yourself some of those. DJ call them bio, forgive me, because it's got biomechanic.
Well, you can always put it in the comments. But you know what's funny? You mentioned Natalie Portman. I ran into her at Donut Friends.
What? Recently?
No, it was about, when we were able to move freely.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's recent.
Yeah, that's not recent. So I'm talking about like a year or so ago. And I was like shocked. I was like, is that Natalie Portman and Donut Friends? Oh my God, okay.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan girl. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I got lots of favorites, but yeah, she's one of my vegan favorites.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you talk for a second. I want to plate up, and then I'll be right back.
Okay, everybody's gonna come over here with me. We're just gonna bring it back over here because my cheese is over here. So if you're just joining us, we're having so much fun in Plant-Based in the Burbs. We like to bring you into our kitchen and show you step by step how to make simple, easy, delicious dishes. All right, stuff for your families. Savory, scrumptious, you name it. I have 2 cheeses I'm using today. I absolutely love this Follow Your Heart mozzarella. And a shout out to Trader Joe's. They are really bumping up their products. And you might be watching this across the pond or in a different.
I really do. I have that mozzarella shred from Trader Joe's. It is amazing.
Amazing. Okay. Well, we're gonna give it a try. Oh, I wonder. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put one with this and one with this. And we're going to try them both and see which one we like on top. Why not? I've got 2 bowls here. 2 bowl little craffers. I'm making it for my 21-year-old son because he loves French onion soup, just like his mom. Oh, yeah. When we were in New York, we had French onion soup. Yes. So we got some of that. So
that's great. That's great. I'm grabbing my spatula again.
10 years ago. But all right. So we put some nutritional yeast straight into the pot. But I am going to, and how am I going to mark? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of paprika on the side to know that this is the one that is the, I just have to remember, this is the one that's, you top it with the mozzarella. All right, cool. We're topping, and now we're going to top.
And then how long does it have to bake in the oven?
Well, it says 15 minutes, so we might pull it out early. Okay. But I'm going to broil it. It said broil. Broil.
Oh, so broil, because basically you're just melting the cheese and toasting the bread.
That's it. Toasting the bread and melting the cheese. How long is that going to take? Not long.
Not long. Okay. So I'm going to take this out. I would like to cook it a little longer because I would love to have the water evaporate, the moisture evaporate.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go ahead and scoop it on out anyway. I mean, I have to get a different prong. I'll be back.
Oh, goodness. Okay, well, hang on, everybody. I'm trying to open my cheese. I might need some scissors. You got to have those kitchen scissors handy, but they're in the other. They're over there. Okay, I'm giving you the solo screen. There you go.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just gonna get these mushrooms out, put them on top of the potatoes and the broccoli. And it's really a simple meal. It's totally plant-based. Everything on here is plant-based. So we have these beautiful potatoes. We have some mushrooms on top. Luckily, it's just my husband and I here tonight, so I didn't have to make enough for my son, who can just eat the whole kitchen up, but I love him to death. So this is what we're finished with. So we have mushrooms, broccoli, and then also onions. And let me explain again. We use sesame seed oil, so the mushrooms are going to have that flavor, and it has a little bit of garlic and sugar, so it gives it that kind of caramelized taste. And also a little bit of that is on the broccoli as well, so it all comes in together. All the flavors should mesh deliciously. And yeah, so that's basically what it is. And I think I'm just going to taste it and see what we came up with. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to push the rest of it in the oven. I'm going to grab my fork, and I'm just going to take a little taste of everything together. It's really delicious because, excuse me, the mushrooms still have that crunch, which is great. It gives you that texture that you need, just to add some chewing to your meal. This is really perfect. So I could have topped this off with some garlic bread. That would have been fire. May do that. not for the show, but I may just go ahead and toast some garlic bread to put this on the side for my husband. And that's basically it. Simple, simple, simple. Mashed potatoes, broccoli, mushrooms, portobellos are the best, but I didn't have those, so I used buttons and some onions, and that's it.
Okay, that looks so savory. Wait, I'm going to get another close-up.
Okay.
Ooh, that looks so good, Sherri.
Yeah, so it's just broccoli, potatoes, and mushrooms. Really delicious. No animal product whatsoever. And it can be very filling. And then we'll just have a little dessert afterwards.
Ooh, so tell us what you like for dessert.
Well, I would leave the screen because I found this new candy bar.
Okay, go find it.
I'm going to get it.
Because I got to tell you something. I could wait for my crostini. I could wait for all of that, which I'm going to later. But here's the thing I thought about. I thought, you know what? I'm actually going to dip in because I want to try this. Why not? It's onion soup. I mean, French onion soup, you could do the onion. You don't have to wait till you put the cheese on. You don't have to put cheese on top. I just sprinkled it in, and I'm going to taste it right now. Oh.
How's the flavor?
Wow. It's so good. Oh, my God. It's amazing. You know what? I have to tell you something. The balsamic vinegar.
That's yes.
That balsamic vinegar is adding, it's that
flavor.
Wow. So you were going to show us something. Let me see.
Oh, so this is what I found. Other people may already know about this. Enjoy. I use their vegan chips when I make my chocolate chip cookies. And I happened to be in Sprouts in Culver City is where I was. And that's in Los Angeles area if you're not here, but it's the area in Los Angeles. And I was just browsing down the aisle and I happened to see the wrapping and I was like, wow. So it tastes like a Nestle's Crunch because it has rice inside, like rice.
Like Rice Krispies? Like
Rice Krispies in it. So it tastes like a Nestle Crunch. Really, really delicious. So I always used to love a Nestle Crunch. So it's called chocolate flavored bar. Enjoy rice milk crunch.
Wow.
Bam! Little chocolate after dinner.
A little chocolate. You know what we're really into these days? Fruit popsicles, like 100% fruit popsicles.
Yeah, I love those too.
Because you know what? There's not a lot of sugar. You get the ones with the low sugar.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my goodness. Sherri, we did it.
We did it.
Now mine's broiling over there. So I think
you better go. So hey, you want to just sign off, my dear?
Yeah, I'm going to show pictures. I'm going to definitely show pictures, but we're going to put the recipes in. We're definitely going to add the recipes, y'all. Okay. We're going to sign off now, and we are so coming back to you next week. Can't wait. Love y'all. Sherri's going to enjoy that. Oh, those mashed potatoes look amazing.
They are my favorite thing. I love potatoes anyway. I can eat potatoes anyway. Okay.
Thank you all for joining us. We love you. We will see you next time. Plant-based in the Burbs. Plant-based in the Burbs.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.